This video is brought to you by Xteris Lens. One lens, countless perspectives. Nigeria produces some of the most brilliant people in the world. Doctors who run hospitals abroad. Engineers who design systems they never get to build at home. Academics whose research shapes global knowledge. Entrepreneurs who succeed in the toughest markets on earth. And yet, Nigeria itself struggles with systems that barely work. So here's the question we must ask, honestly and without emotion. How does a country produce world-class individuals, but remain trapped in broken systems? This is not a question of intelligence. It is not a question of talent. It is something deeper. To understand the paradox, we must start with the Nigerian individual. Nigeria is an intense training ground. Scarcity sharpens the mind. Weak safety nets force creativity. Failure is expensive, so adaptation becomes a survival skill. From a young age, many Nigerians learn to solve problems without tools, navigate chaos without guidance, and compete fiercely for limited opportunities. In this environment, brilliance is not optional. It is often the price of survival. This is why Nigerians excel abroad. When you place a highly adaptive individual inside a functioning system, the results are extraordinary. But systems do not operate like individuals. And that is where the problem begins. Individuals thrive on effort, intelligence, and resilience. Systems thrive on rules, trust, continuity, and restraint. A system does not work because one person is brilliant. It works because many people follow the same rules, even when no one is watching. And here lies the core issue. Nigeria inherited institutions that were never designed to serve its people. Colonial systems were built for extraction, not development. For control, not accountability. For obedience, not trust. Independence changed leadership, but it did not fully redesign the system's foundation. So Nigeria inherited structures that looked like institutions, but did not behave like them. Over time, another problem took root. In Nigeria, access to power often became more profitable than productivity. When wealth flows from control rather than creation, institutions stop being neutral platforms. They become prizes. Rules exist, but enforcement becomes selective. Processes exist, but outcomes depend on connections. Offices exist, but authority becomes personal. And people adapt. Rational individuals stop investing in institutions and start investing in relationships. Not because they are immoral, but because the system rewards it. This is how dysfunction becomes normal. Not through ignorance, but through learned survival. Education reinforces this imbalance. Nigerian education has traditionally rewarded individual performance. Exams test personal brilliance, not system-building skills. Students are trained to pass, not to govern. To succeed alone, not to sustain complex organizations. So when Nigerian graduates leave the country, they plug into existing systems and flourish. But at home, they are forced to improvise in environments where rules shift, processes collapse, and incentives are unstable. Brilliance survives. Systems do not. There is also a cultural dimension, but it must be handled carefully. Nigeria respects hierarchy, but often distrusts institutions. Loyalty to individuals can outweigh loyalty to process. And when systems depend on personalities, they die when leadership changes. What works under one leader collapses under the next. Not because competence disappears, but because continuity was never protected. Institutions are supposed to outlive people. In Nigeria, too often, they don't. This is not a story of deficiency. Nigeria does not lack intelligence. It does not lack creativity. It does not lack effort. It lacks alignment. Human capital has grown faster than institutional capital. Talent has outpaced trust infrastructure. Brilliance exists without systems designed to scale it. So Nigeria exports excellence but struggles to aggregate it at home. Here is the most important truth. Nigeria does not need better people. It already produces them. What it needs are systems worthy of its people. Systems where rules are predictable. Where incentives reward contribution, not access. Where institutions outlive individuals. Systems are not built by luck. They are designed, protected, and enforced. And the same ingenuity that allows Nigerians to succeed globally can be redirected inward when the rules finally reward long-term value over short-term extraction. Until then, Nigeria will remain a nation of brilliant individuals trapped inside broken systems.
We're trapped in broken systems.
The question is no longer why this happens. The question is, how long will we accept it?